coming to you from Burke's backyard. No, we're lying. We're coming to you from someone's backyard. And we're standing near the banana plant. And, of course, I've got James. How you going, James?
Yeah, how you going, Moose? I'd just like to say, I think it was a bit hard, you know. We're jumping fences to find a backyard, carrying all the gear. Can we get someone else to help us next week?
It was okay, except 2 yards back there was that German Shepherd.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, I've got Banana Man here. Hey, Banana Man.
I'm going fantastic. You never know when to turn up in your backyard. How the heck are you, Moose?
Good, good. We were just trying to leave him alone.
Oh, that's really taking a stab in the dark.
Well, tonight we're going to be showing you a couple stories that we did.
Hey, Moose, we might even do that today.
Or today, if it's Saturday at 2 and you're watching us as well. Hello to everybody.
Howdy.
And don't forget, with all the new summer sports and summer activities, whatever it is coming on, we want you to get in touch with us. Email us. We're going to be looking for crafts, all kinds of things as well. Make sure you look at the webpage or email us and whatever, and let us know what kind of stuff you got coming.
Speaking of that,
yeah.
James, you're looking a bit frosty today. You want to talk about that?
Well, it's quite cold, Wayne.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
And later on tonight's show, I did a story on weightlifting, and I spoke to the WA state team, which is pretty interesting. So that's coming up. Should be a good one.
Fantastic, and even an Olympian or two, eh?
Yeah, a couple of Olympian who just came back, and some.
Oh, give us a name right now. Give us a name.
Okay. Come on.
Okay, everyone. As we always say. Welcome to Cruising.
Oh,
sorry, wrong show.
Oh, wrong show.
G'day to all the gang at Cruising too. Great show. The name of the show is
Balls and All.
Okay, let's let you tell them about the story. You're going to tell me and Wayne are going to disappear.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, actually, it was while this show's being aired, I think, Moose, we discussed. These guys are actually going to be in Adelaide competing, but take a look at part one of this story. It's quite interesting. Hello, everybody. We're down here at the Midland Police and Citizens Youth Club. I think I got that right, all in one go, which is a bonus. And these people, all in white, are here, and we're talking about weightlifting today. It's actually the WA state team. And what I'll do is I'll get all your names. Yep.
I'm Malcolm Gresham. I'm the assistant coach going to the under-20s and open national competition this year in Adelaide. I'm also the president of Weightlifting Western Australia, and today we're having a squad training session for everyone who's going next week.
Awesome. Yeah, and
I'm Joanna O'Grady. I lift in the under 58 kilo class, and my PBs are 55 kilo snatch and a 70 kilo clean and jerk.
That's awesome. What actually got you started, and why'd you take this sport up?
Somebody told me it would be a good thing to try. I only started 5 months ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Actually, it's more than I'll ever dream of. And you know?
Yeah, Robert Monteldo. I'm the 94 kilogram division. Last year I was the under 20 and under 18 champion. My PBs are 127 for snatch and 150 for clean and jerk. And I've had 32 gold medals.
Holy, yeah. So what do you guys actually mean when you say PB?
PB, personal best lift. That's the highest lift.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So how many gold medals again?
32.
Damn, how do you carry all those?
Oh, I don't.
You got people just carrying them for you.
Got a trailer.
That's a good one. He's on the ball. And
my name's Rebecca Bourne. I lived in the 63 kilo class, and my personal bests are 60 kilo snatch and 80 clean and jerk.
Yeah, and how long have you been lifting?
About 4 years.
That's pretty good. And
Andrew McDowell. I'm the 94 Open senior. PBs 130 snatch, 160 clean jerk.
Yeah, we've seen you lifting some heavy stuff today. What were you lifting today?
120 snatch and 147 clean jerk.
And how long, like training from start to get to where you are now, how long did it take you to get to be able to lift that much weight?
3.5 years now.
I think Moose, the guy behind the camera, weighs about that much, and just wondering you might be able to lift him.
I could always give it a go, I suppose.
I'd like to see that. Walking along, how you doing?
Hi.
Stop. Damn cameraman trying to interrupt when you're doing an interview. Sorry about that. Yeah, what's your name?
Margaret Banham. I'm in the 48 kilo division for open women. My best snatch is 47.5 kilos. My best clean and jerk 60 kilos.
And how long have you been competing?
Probably about 8-9 years now.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the big drive in the start?
Some family friends told us that weightlifting was happening, and I came along one day and just kept coming back.
Yeah. And you trained full on for it?
Yeah, I've previously got silver and bronze medals nationally.
Awesome. Great stuff. But I'm speaking with?
Michael Paleggi. I'm in the 94 kilogram category, and my personal best lifts 140 snatch and 170 clean and jerk.
And have you competed in many competitions?
Oh, heaps. Heaps.
Just heaps. And how many medals you won then?
Heaps? Quite a lot, yeah. 30 or so. 30 or so? Yeah.
Damn. These guys are good. And
Hi, my name is Robert Castigliani. I'm in the under 69 kilo division. My personal best for snatch is 85 and clean and jerk is about 107.5.
Yeah, what got you into it in the start?
My dad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I sort of thought so.
Yeah.
You enjoy it?
Yeah, I do.
And how long have you been doing it?
For about 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
About that.
And have you had any good wins?
Yeah, a few. Nationals and state and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Awesome. And speaking with?
Bruno Paleggi. I'm Michael's brother. I'm the team manager here. My role is pretty much to look after flights and accommodation and so on.
Yeah. Have you ever tried lifting yourself?
Oh, for a short period of time, just to get a handle on it. So I do a little bit of coaching myself for a small club, but yeah, mainly coaching.
And you've actually been in the Commonwealth Games?
Me? Yes, I have, yeah. 3 actually. 3 Commonwealth Games. Started in 86 was the first one. 1990, then 94.
Awesome.
Yep.
What's your name and your role down here?
Andy Saxton. I'm the team coach, and I'm also the secretary for WWA.
And what got you involved in the start before you started going to all the games?
I started as a 11-year-old, just basically just to build myself up and just to be involved in a
Beat shorter kids up and stuff like that?
there weren't any kids shorter than me. I was the shortest. Oh yeah, it gets in your blood. You just, once you start, you can't get it out of your blood.
What goes through your mind? I mean, you said you've been to 3 Commonwealth Games. When you're up there and you have to go for the lift.
An awful lot goes through your mind at the actual time. I mean, it takes years of preparation to actually get to the platform. You get there, you know that you have to do the lift. You know the pressure's on, and it's basically you have a few key points for technique, and you just go through those key points in your head, and hopefully the weight ends up above your head.
Damn, I hope I don't drop it.
Something like that.
Now, also, like when you are lifting, obviously, sometimes in a competition you're going to have to push yourself harder than what you've ever trained for. Did that ever occur in the games?
Every competition these lifters lift in, they push themselves harder than they've lifted in training. The weights that they need in competition are normally far in excess of what they do in training. So, for this competition as well, there's lifters coming from, how many lifters have we got in this competition? We've got 7 lifters. In the state we've got 100 members at the moment. So these are the elite, the cream if you want, of the lifters in WWA.
Yeah. Now obviously you've got a lot of hard training before you go to a competition such as you're going to and stuff like you've done. Does diet play a big role?
For some it does.
No hamburgers like Moose over there? Or?
For some it does. Obviously for some they really have to watch their weight. You see Margaret, she's weighing in at about 48 kilos there, so she really has to watch her weight. Then you've got Michael weighing in at about 105. He's not quite so particular. Then you've got the coaches and officials who doesn't matter.
Even care. That's not good enough. And now the guy over here, Sam. How you doing, mate?
How you going?
Good, mate. What's your role down here?
I coach basically Robert. I've also taken the state team earlier in the year, the under 16 and under 18 state team. We performed admirably, and we beat quite a few other states, and the kids should be proud of themselves because we got quite a few medals.
Yeah. Now, with weightlifting as a sport, is it something like, I'd say like motocross or a lot of other sports, if you train a kid from a certain age, by the time you're 18, 20, you'll have knowledge that you can never have if you start like at my age. Is that true?
Yes, it's true. It's a sport whether you either love it or hate it. It is hard work.
Yeah, it looks like hard work.
Well, it is. Like Andy was saying, in order to be a Commonwealth champion, is that you need to devote virtually a lot of discipline. And no, definitely not. Your social life takes a back burner.
You heard that.
Yeah, that's right. But it's worth it when you start representing Australia and winning a few medals in the championships and the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah. And what got you involved in the whole start?
I was a skinny little runt, 13-year-old. So I just taken it up to build myself up. I played soccer, and to the point where I was training virtually 13 times a week. That is twice a day, 6-7 days a week, and it got me to national champion and Commonwealth Games gold medalist.
Now, obviously, also that's awesome. The technique, I suppose, the better you can learn that and go with the flow, the better you're going to lift.
Definitely, technique plays a huge part in this guys lifting, because unfortunately, in weightlifting, it's either there or it's not. And as you saw, a lot of the lifting, you know, they either drop it backwards or forwards simply because of the technique. The strength is there, but the style and technique is very, very important. That is why when kids start up, we do concentrate on the technique first of all before they even start going to heavyweights.
Awesome. Well, that was a great story there, and I hope they're all doing well in Adelaide as we speak. They probably have. Hopefully there's lots of golds, and there's going to be part 2 of that story later on tonight's show. Now, as you can see from the paintings, whoever house we jumped the fence and had a look at is a bit of an artist, and he's actually over here, so we'll go and have a chat. Hello, sir. What is your name?
My name is Graffiti Simmons. Hey, how you doing? And what the heck are you doing in my yard?
Well, we were sampling fine wines and ran out, and we noticed the shed was open.
Oh, what are you trying to say? Was you trying to shed some light on that situation or what?
Exactly. Now, can you tell me about this work of art here?
Yes, I can. This is a work of art that I was sitting around one day at my house, and I decided I'm going to paint some of my house. Yeah. And as you can see with this artwork, I'm very detailed. Yeah. And you know what? I can paint this stuff and still not smell bad. Whereas a lot of artists, because they don't, some of them don't bathe properly, they kind of a funky situation. But I'm doing well. And as you can see, look at the contours of the lines and stuff like that. You can do that when you've had a few beers.
I really got to know where you got your hat from, because that's pretty stylish.
Oh, well, I got this hat back in 1969, 69, from basically Pierre Dublac, was a French artist over in Borneo.
And what were you doing with him?
Well, we were both painting, and don't you dare go there, young man. Remember.
Well, no, thanks for your backyard, and it's nice talking to you there, Pierre.
Oh, thank you.
We're actually going to go to a story Moose did recently with the Rebels. Couldn't make it that one. It would have been a good one. And I heard Moose had a bit of but I heard that Moose had a bit of trouble leaving for some reason at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, as many of you out there know, Bassendean is synonymous with Rolf Harris and Moose, of course, but it's also synonymous with some other guys here who are the Bazo boys. And what's the name of the team, actually?
Actually, that's our indoor side, the Bazo boys. But yes, but our outdoor cricket club is Dianella Cricket Club. I've been based at Dianella at Light Street. Been there for about 25 years now. Quite a big club. We've got 5 senior teams. We started off a junior program about 3 years ago. Where,
everybody wants to get in, don't they?
Yeah, so we started off junior program. That's what Luke's involved in. Got under 11s, under 12s, have a go cricket. We're looking at encouraging cricket in our local area and trying to get the kids back playing.
Now, this is Graham, by the way, and Luke. How you going, Luke?
Good, thanks, sir.
How long have you been playing?
I've been playing with Dianella for about 8 years now. And yeah, it's a really good club, just a lot of good tradition and great boys down there. So yeah.
Did you start when you were like a young fella and come through the ranks, or you just started? You say 8 years you've been there. You're only a young lad yourself.
Now, well, I used to play at school probably about 2 years before I graduated, and then yeah, went down to Dianella and yeah, been playing there ever since now. Yeah.
Upcoming season, how's the team looking so far?
Yeah, we're looking good. We're looking to probably win a few more games than we did last year. You know, to probably go that one step further, and you know, it should be a good season. Yeah.
And now, how long has the team been going? Because I'm told it's actually about the longest standing team. Is that right? Or is that the indoor team?
Indoor side, yeah.
You guys have the two.
Yeah, get our wires crossed. Dianella, the outdoor side's been going since 76. Yeah, it's been going since 76. We've been, representing A grade since the 80-81 season, so continually an A grade club for the last 22 years. Yeah, so we're an established club. We're one of the biggest clubs in the association. Pretty proud of our history. Scored about 16 premierships the last 20 years.
It's not too bad, is it?
No, we're not pretty proud of ourselves, yeah.
Okay, so you're based in Light Street there just off Alexander Drive, and you have club rooms there and all that?
Yeah, I'd go as far as saying we've probably got the best facilities in the association, you know. We've got 2 home grounds with the club rooms in the middle, verandas, you know, good change rooms. We've got 6 nets. It's really
even a cold beer in the fridge if someone rolls up.
Definitely, yeah.
Been known to happen.
Now you guys are actually just starting training now for the upcoming season. You're actually looking for a coach as well.
We're actually looking to fill a couple of coaching roles with the juniors and also with the seniors. You know, there's people around that are interested in putting their experience back into cricket at a local level. So that's what we're looking for. We wanted our players to get better, and we hope to do it in a constructive manner, you know, and be professional, you know, on the training track.
See, I was just about to apply until you said that part there. Okay, so got to be professional. What kind of qualifications are you looking for? Let's put a plug across now. Looking for coaches.
To be honest, the number one qualification be looking for someone who wants to do it. You know, they've got their time, but doing it for the right reasons. You know, we'd have a look at any sort of their playing criteria. It wouldn't really matter. I mean, I'm not that specific. If they had, you know, some coaching qualifications, that'd be great, and past experience, that'd be great. But
something like Gilchrist or something like that, maybe.
Well, JL would be handy. You know, we'd slot him in the top order. We're a bit sus there, so I'm sure he'd be more.
See, Marshy's over in England. He can't do it. I don't know what Dennis is doing these days.
I think DK's got a lot of things going on, hasn't he? He's got his fingers in a lot of pies. What I hear.
Now, if someone out there would like to have a go at either playing or looking at coaching, or would like to help the team out, I see you got Snap Printing and Lloyd's Lawn Care. Let's give them a plug. United Trophies and Badges. See these guys, and Simplicity. And let's who else? Oh, the Ambassador. Oh, I know the Ambassador well. You know, the one thing about the Ambassador, let's give him a little bit of a rap here. It can be the coldest, freezing day in winter. Guys will be standing there in jackets, and the beer will still be icy cold.
I must admit, it has got a beautiful cold beer, the Ambassador.
All right, now, if someone wants to find out, is there a web page or is there a phone number or something like that they can go to?
It's got a couple of contacts. They can either contact me, I'm the president, so on my mobile, which is 0403 210 240, or else they can actually get in touch with us on our secretary's website, which is Sledge the Dart. It's SLEDGETHEDART @bigpond.com.
Sledge the Dart, hey?
He is a character in his own right.
We're told you get called Lefty. What's that for?
Just a name I started playing about 20 years ago, and a name I copped early in my career, and it's stuck ever since, and no one really knows why. And
when I used to play cricket, which was for about, I don't know, 3 minutes, my nickname became Get the Hell Out of There.
Yeah.
Really quick. I don't know how that happened.
I've scored that nickname a few times myself.
All right, so if you want to give these guys a call, they're looking for coaches, looking for players, and when's the season actually going to begin now?
The season starts on the 1st of October. We've already commenced training on Tuesdays and Thursday nights at Light Street Reserve. Anyone's more than welcome to come down on those nights. It's from 5:30 onwards to about 7:30. That would be the training times, and we even stay a bit longer than that sometimes.
Cool. So even if you haven't rung the number and you just want to come down and have a go, come and have a go, and you'll put them through their paces, is that right?
Oh, without a doubt, definitely, yeah.
Especially in the bar area. So.
Oh, yeah. I just wanted to also, we've got our junior cricket going. If anybody who's interested under 11s or under 12s, and also have a go, which is below that, you can contact me, Luke, on 0402 345 439.
Hope you're not married, Luke, because all the girls are going to be ringing that number. What's the number again?
0402.
Scared him, didn't it?
That's very scary. 0402 345 439. Yeah, I am single, yeah. Yes.
There you go, girls. Give Lucky Luke a call or Lefty a call, and you guys will teach them all about cricket. And that's all going to happen from the 2nd of October?
1st of October.
1st of October. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Give them a call and go down and have a go with the cricket. And they also got an indoor team too called the Bazzo Boys.
Thanks a lot for that story, Moose. And later on tonight's show is part 2. Now, I'm still swimming with Pierre J. Simmons. I wonder what the J stands for, but what's this painting about?
It's J-O, basically, but we won't get into that because it is a family show. Now, this painting is about light and shadow. It's also from the Venetian times. Yeah, I knew the guy was Jack Venetian. He used to run the car lot down the street. And his last name was Venice. Yeah. And he hung out at Venice Beach, and he lifted a lot of weights. So we realized that he was a bit heavy on weight, so we decided to do a building. Yes. As you can understand, sometimes you never know what animals might pop out. You know, there's antelopes, and sometimes a moose might even pop out somewhere.
Try not to get their ass suit off or anything.
Hell yeah, that's right. But as you can see, I've done a fantastic job. Tell me how good I've done.
Oh, it's great, J.O., and I think you're doing a good job.
A moose lurking around there, James. But if you can notice, the type of paint that I use, it's kind of like the Fungula paint. I'm happy to catch up now with Mr. Barry Matthews. And how you doing, Barry?
Very well, thank you, and a pleasure to speak to you.
Okay then, Barry. Now, is there a message that you'd like to give people out there on the road?
I think throughout the whole year it's a message that probably needs to be given, and that is to drive safely. There's a lot of trauma on the road. We've had a very high incidence of people getting killed and injured. So it's important that people drive safely, and that means you don't drink and drive, don't speed, keep your seatbelt on, and drive defensively. Always keep an observation out for the other driver there, what's happening on the road there, and drive safely.
Well, good on you. Good on you. That's coming from the commissioner. So take that message and actually take it to heart. Thanks a lot. And thanks a lot, Barry.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
Welcome back, and we're about to show you an interview that took place some time ago when John Travolta flew into Perth on the big Qantas jet that he owns, and it was quite an experience. We went there with all members of the media. The only problem is when we got there, it was crappy weather basically. One camera went down and one of our headphones messed up, so we had a bit of problem with our audio, and we've contacted other channels. Some have already got rid of it and some still have it, whatever it may be. But anyway, hope you'll forgive us for the bad audio, but we thought it might be an experience because you're just like us. We look at these people as, of course, great superstars, as John is. And it was really good to be in the crowd and to be able to have a quick chat with him. Something else you'll notice through there's weird people all over this backyard. I think we jumped in the wrong yard. Got some guy swearing at us and everything else. Anyway, trying to get back to what I was trying to say, which was serious, and some people don't know what serious is. Through the interview there, actually just around the time I asked John a question, you hear a bit of noise in the background. That's where actually there was a whole lot of spectators and fans heard that John was going to be there, and they were outside and they were calling. And to see what kind of a legendary guy he is, he as soon as he finished with us, he went out and he spent some time with him, signing autographs and taking photos, and they got a great part of the deal, which is good. He's just a fantastic person. So forgive the sound. I'll reiterate that again. The sound's not that great, but we'll show you a bit of what it's like to go and see someone like John Travolta when he comes to Perth.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll get out of your way and make way for Mr. John Travolta.
I've been to cities that never close down, from New York to Rome and on London town.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. Your flying time to Perth will be 1 hour. The movie on board today is Grease. And I'm actually not kidding, it really is playing. I'm so happy to be here finally. All these years I've heard so much about Perth, and I actually arrived in the style that I choose to arrive in. Normally it would be a movie, and today it's bringing my Qantas painted 707. So thank you for having me. Thank you for being here today. And I'd love to give you a little background about my career as a pilot. I'm a pilot for 32 years. I have 8 jet ratings. I fly a Learjet, a Citation, a Hawker, a Gulfstream. I have my first officer's rating in the Boeing 707, and I've just recently got my 747 wings, and I'm very proud of that. My instructor, Captain John Dennis, took me through the paces, and he's the head instructor for Qantas, and it was a tough school, but I made it, and I'm very proud of it, and I'm glad to be here today because of it. I also fly two small fighter type jets, a Vampire, which is in the Australian military, and a Canadian two-bomb jet. So that covers my career as an aviator. And now I'll tell you a little bit about my history with Qantas. I grew up what they would nickname in the U.S. An airline geek. And that simply means that I collected schedules and daydreamed about it being an airline pilot at a very early age, like 4 or 5 years old. And I even asked my parents when I was a kid, where's my airline uniform? And they said, John, you don't have one. You know, I said, I know I haven't. I'd look in closets and drawers and things like that. And little did I know, 40 years later, it was sitting in a museum in Australia waiting for me to wear. So what happened was last year I was promoting Swordfish, the movie I came here to promote. And when I arrived, the employees of Qantas were so excited to see me and to see their old 707 that it created quite a bit of press around Australia. And I had this idea. And I thought, well, I'll go to the man who runs the airline, Jeff Dixon, and ask him if he would be interested in a relationship with John Travolta and Qantas. Firstly, by painting the plane in the old colors, the 60s livery, right? And then perhaps creating the same press effect around the world for the airline. And he went for that, and he said, I won't up you on that. He said, how about you become a 747 pilot as well? You know, go the next step. And this way you keep the integrity of Qantas going, you know, because we're a tough school, and if you can pass that, then that gives you some high colors for us. And I said, okay, you know, this is a good deal. And then unfortunately, September 11th happened, and the tour that I had created with Jeff Dixon suddenly took on a different theme. And I say that because I think whenever something as beautiful as the airlines are used as such a destructive tool, you have to widen your purpose and why you're having that tour. So we decided to make it a friendship tour, and that was simply to bridge the gaps in the communications between countries that might have fallen off, and to, you know, gently and slowly encourage airline travel again for all the airlines. So it became not only promoting Qantas around the world, but it also became promoting all the airlines and airline travel, and it's my favorite thing in the world, so I'm very happy and comfortable doing such. And I think I've covered all the intro stuff, so now you can ask any questions that you'd like, and I'll answer them. Yes? Uh-oh.
Hello, you got me there?
I got you.
John, you're called Ambassador at Large. Can you explain that?
Yes, I used to be a very large man. And last year I lost a lot of weight, but we had to fix the old name with, it's very confusing. No, actually what it is that, is this a planned surprise? Well, maybe someone here to tell them I'll visit them after the press conference, but I'll be glad to, not to worry. It's nice being wanted. Actually, it was fun last night. There was a bunch of fans at the airport, and I didn't expect that. You know, it was really quite a welcome. Okay, so to answer your question, Ambassador at Large, what it is that a legitimate way to represent an airline worldwide, because really I'm being a film actor, I'm kind of a citizen of the planet more than I am any individual country even, because I am known in each country for my film work. So I'm kind of the guy that has the golden key in each country. So I think Ambassador was a fitting title for me to do something that I would like to do anyway, but it seemed to give me a little more of a platform to speak from and maybe a bit of authority on the subject. So I like that title, and I hope I wear it well. Well, all I can tell you is I know what my kids are doing, because they're at the hotel and they're about to go pet some koalas and see some kangaroos, and that's very exciting because they wanted to do that. And I know there's a circus tomorrow that they'd like to go to. Are you aware of the circus here? There's some circus here. And so as long as they're happy, and if any of you are parents, then you're happy. But after the press conference, I have a few more one-on-one interviews, and then I think I'm free to do something, and I'll probably do something with them, and I don't know what it will be yet. But I'm very impressed with Perth so far. It's beautiful. I didn't know how beautiful it was. It's a very garden-esque area, I think, so I'm happy to explore. I'm sorry? I'm loving it. I'm like a 5-year-old kid, The other day, I don't know if you know the term the jetway, or the fingers that meet the plane at the door, the long jetways the passengers walk down. Well, I had never pulled up to one. And the other day I pulled up to one, I think it was it Sydney? Sydney, okay. And I was so excited, I was jumping up and down in the cockpit because I was, Qantas was on this side and Air New Zealand was on that side, and then the 707 just parked in there like that. And then that finger came over and just plugged into the thing. I said, you gotta film this. This is sensational. This is, and I just got to fulfill, little bits of fantasy that I've wanted to do ever since I was a kid. So you couldn't see a happier John Travolta right now, honestly.
John, do your kids share your passion?
Well, all I can say is this. My kids must share a degree of it because they're traveling the world with me and they're having a blast. And one of the favorite times is when they're on the plane. So they must be loving it. So, it seems as though, so I think they are now.
Is that because they get to see Grease more often?
Yes, of course. All the Travolta movies, it's mandatory. Well, I think, the only films I've allowed them to see so far are Lucas Talking, Grease, and Michael, because they're more children-oriented. So they haven't seen the rougher stuff yet. I think I'll wait for the Pulp Fiction and the Get Shorty and that kind of thing for a bit later. I think they do probably think that, but I always try to keep it down to earth, reality with them. So I think they probably think their dad's pretty cool and kind of silly as well.
The Western Australian film industry had a big shot in the arm yesterday, and Tony Collette is shooting something up in the northwest of Western Australia. If you were to be asked, would you head this way for a film or something?
In a minute, in a New York minute, I will. I've been wanting to do a movie in Australia for the longest time, and it's just a matter of whether the scenario could use the backdrop of Australia. But ever since I've known Olivia and my other friends from Australia, I've wanted to not just promote things here, but to actually work here. It would be fantastic.
What do you know about the northwest of Western Australia and Western Australia per se, Perth, for instance?
Well, I know you're very close to the outback here, and I know that you're very beautiful. And I know that you have a fantastic telethon in October for the Children's Hospital, where I'm going to help out. And I'm ready to discover more about it. But let me know.
It's the end. This is the end of the Oz tour, right? Perth is it?
Yes. Then we're off to Singapore tomorrow.
Right. Is that symbolic that it's Perth that you're leaving from, the West Coast? How do you feel about that?
Well, it's one I asked for. So it's symbolic for me because I said I'd really like to see Perth and promote Qantas and our tour, our friendship tour. So I was granted my wish, and here I am today. Yes. Well, let's see. I don't think I have any Australian crew with me, but yes, I do. John Dennis. Captain John Dennis, the man who taught me on the 747, but he just joined the tour in Sydney, right? So yes, we do. We have probably the best pilot in the world with us, and that's Captain John Dennis. And the rest of my crew is a mix of Air Force and Navy, U.S. Air Force and Navy. Some actually flew on Air Force One for 3 different presidents. I have a flight engineer and a flight attendant that flew for 3 different presidents of the United States, and I have a very well-experienced group, and I'm smart that way, you know. I may be a good pilot, but I surround myself with even better ones, okay?
John, we heard some reports yesterday that your aircraft might have had some hydraulic or engine problems from Melbourne.
No, actually what happened was they forgot to put my steak dinner on board, and I said, stop the press. No, there was a little airflow problem over the number 4, and I just wanted to check it out. I'm very conservative, and I literally will stop if my dinner isn't on board. So, yes, I was. Yeah.
So what would you be worn on this tour? When are we going to see your next movie?
You'll see the next movie is with Sam Jackson, and it's called Basic. It's a military film, and one that I think is quite good. I mean, I knew the script was good. I have to yet to see it next week.
John, we recently had another American aviator here, Steve Fawcett, who himself from WA went around the world in a balloon.
Oh yes, that's right.
Would you contemplate doing that next time?
A balloon? Probably not. I'm not the kind of guy that will jump out of an airplane on a perfectly good, you know, working aircraft or going up in balloons. I like the machinery behind flight.
What do you think of Mr. Fawcett's achievement?
I think he's amazing. I think to achieve something like that is quite extraordinary, and I take my hat off to him.
We can go on maybe one last question, please.
This is my idea, and I say that with all pride because just to give you some insight to my obsession with the airlines as a kid, when I wanted to go away in my mind, I would collect all my airline schedules. I'd go up to the attic, and I would daydream and look at the various places the planes would go. And then I had their atlases, so I'd take out the maps and I'd map out imaginary trips. And I had all the paraphernalia from all the flights that my family would go on or I would go on. And that was my escape time. So I knew a lot about Qantas before I ever joined Qantas. I knew they were the best airline in the world. I knew that they were the most, their engineering was the most advanced. I knew that they had the longest overwater flights, the most romantic flights, and they were the icon of the airline industry, which they are. And I think everyone should look up to Qantas for all sorts of good reasons. So I knew the livery of 1964, and I said, I don't want to paint it. I love the new paint job, you know, it's gorgeous, but meaning of the contemporary planes. But I said, but this 1964, they had a V-jet tail and insignia on the engines, and it was a beautiful paint job. And if I could please, as part of our exchange, paint the plane in the old colors, I would be like more than happy. And most people would want their plane painted back to the colors it was. I want it to stay this way, you know. I'll probably have to change the S to M or say and make it quantum or something when I'm finished with the tour. But that was, I have to say, that was my idea to take it back. And Jeff Dixon liked it so much he was thinking of changing some of the planes just as a homage, you know, to the old days, back to that.
John, can I just ask you before you do go to give us an Australian accent, because I know you're very good at it.
Yeah, that's right, yeah, fair income. It's good on you. Yeah, right. Good, yeah, a little bit of Qantas. Right.
Maybe that was a good way to finish.
Okay, thanks, thank you.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. That's, as I said, that's when we went and had a chat with John and had a look through the plane. It was absolutely fantastic. And he's a true gentleman, and hopefully he's going to be doing something for Telethon a little later on in the year. So We're going to be back to more of the serious side of the show right after the break.
I'm still here speaking with Pierre J.O. Simmons. Don't know what the J.O. stands for. And can you show, we're doing the first stages of a painting. What are you actually drawing here, Pierre?
Well, I'm used to drawing, you know, long, tall things, so I think I'll start with the trees. Yes. The trees is the long, tall things, okay? The trees.
The trees.
And, you know, I'll start with the trees, and then I'll go down and go a little bit further.
Now, we actually have a challenge. We want you to finish this and paint it all between the time that we call to the next story. Do you think you can do it?
I think I can do it, but I need a little bit of inspiration.
That's what I was just going to ask. A lot of people need inspiration. If we can just lay this down.
Yes.
What is your inspiration to painting?
Well, I like balls. Now, you get your balls, and you get them. Balls, when they're wet, are just fantastic objects. Look at wet balls. Balls wet. It's wet all over the place. And when you have the wet balls, and you just take them and squish them between your hands, it's a fantastic event. You should try it one time. Yeah. I believe you're going to try it in Sydney. But, anyway, that's my inspiration. That's how I get it going.
Now, you better get back to painting. And while you're doing that, we're going to go to part 2 of the weightlifting story. I'll speak to the manager. There you go, mate. President. Oh, I thought I'd give it a go.
I actually thought we might have to Carol.
That's right, Carol.
I'm happy to talk about the sport, but I wanted to talk about Carol's involvement. Weightlifting, there's a lot of myths and misconceptions about weightlifting. As you can see from the team here, we have some very small people and some very large people. Also, there are a lot of different weight divisions and age divisions. Basically, you can start out from under 16 and work all the way up to Masters lifters. In October, there's a Masters competition, World Masters Games over in Melbourne, and there are lifters who are probably up to 90 years of age actually actively lifting, and they are very good lifters. You have, for instance, you've got 80-year-old men who can clean and jerk 80 kilos, which is a fair. You know, and some of them start out later on in life, and quite a lot of them are good lifters when they're younger, but there's no set age or no set background, or there's no set strength level you need to have. Basically, if you train hard in weightlifting and you do the work, you'll achieve something.
I suppose the myth of like you got to be huge to lift it is not true.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're competing against people in the same age and weight division, so it's all relative. And there's no reason why people should have a misconception or have an idea that you've got to be huge to start weightlifting. I think when I started out, I was probably only about 70 kilos, and now I'm about 105. So, you know, things change over time. You grow as you train more. Some people stay the same. A lot of people come from different sporting backgrounds. I had injuries from other sports I did, so I decided to do a little bit of weights and got the bug, I suppose. And one person I thought it'd be interesting to talk to would be Paleggi, who's just recently returned from Manchester. At Manchester, Carol won a gold and 2 silver medals. In 2000, women were admitted to the Olympic Games in Sydney. That was the first time, and this Commonwealth Games has just occurred as the first games that women have been lifting in as well. So it'll be a good chance to have a chat to Carol, so people could get an idea of what an elite athlete does and what sort of training they do and what sort of lifestyle they lead.
Yeah, awesome. Carol, you what was that again?
Nothing.
You obviously just came back from Manchester, which is a great achievement. Yeah. How did you find the competition over there?
It wasn't unexpected. A lot of the girls I'd already competed against, I'd seen many times before, so it wasn't like very unusual. Do you want to get that?
No, she's right. How you doing?
Mum, I'm gonna be late.
Damn.
So the competition was good. It was it was really friendly. Everyone, you know, there wasn't anyone unapproachable or anything, but it was just very relaxed.
And what kind of things do you have to do leading up to like going to a Commonwealth Games?
Train a lot. I was training 9 times a week. So, but I still had 2 days off, so I did some double-day training. But I also struggled with a few injuries, so I got too lucky to be competing. But yeah.
Kick butt as well.
And yes, kick.
Your beauty. Now, I've seen you doing squats and stuff. Is there any other muscles apart from the actual lift you have to do that you got to actually build up to be able to compete?
legs are the main one, but it's the whole body. I don't know if you've seen the lifting, but you need if you've got one muscle sore, you're out. You can't train because you've got to use your whole body to lift it. So if you've got a sore knee, okay, well, you can't do any of it. If you've got a sore arm, yeah. So any little niggle, you've got to be careful it just get worse, like I found out.
And what kind of drives you through? Obviously, you're pushing the pain barrier and you're up there competing, going for gold, and you did win, which was good. What got you through and made you push that extra bit harder to win?
Copious amounts of Panadol and Voltaren.
Any abuse of anything?
Panadol, lots of. But I'll be working on that Ulster a bit later on. But no, just well, the Commonwealth Games. It's a big competition. It's it's not like anyone else's. You got your coach pushing you along, but you're really doing it for yourself because no one else loses out. And if you're lifting for 8 years, you finally want to do something with it. You don't just want to fall off.
Where do you see your future heading?
Atlanta. No, Athens.
Athens, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, Athens.
Atlanta's gone.
Somewhere way over the other side of the planet?
That's with an A. Athens.
No.
2004? Yeah.
I hope to talk to you then, and I hope you win gold then.
Thank you.
Awesome. Great talking to you guys. And actually, while you'll be watching this, they'll be over east competing in Adelaide. So I hope you guys all do well and kick a bit of butt, and we can talk to you then. But I'm just getting some more directions again. It's not good. Is there a phone number anyone can call if they want to come down and join and try out? Got some contact? Oh, okay. Walk all the way back over here.
Obviously, people will be watching this all over the state. So if they'd like to contact us via the PO Box, which is Weightlifting Western Australia, PO Box 3060 Shelley, postcode 6148, then I'll be happy to send them out the information, even call them back and tell them where the nearest club is in their area.
If anyone is young and interested in giving it a go but not sure if they can do it, what do you got to say to them?
Just drop us a line, and like Malcolm said, everyone can have a go. So if there's youngsters watching, people that are more mature, everybody just, if they want to have a go, contact us and we'll let them know where it's never too late to start.
There's clubs all over the metro area, including Rockingham, Scarborough, Midland, where else? And Armidale. And we're keen to start up more clubs, so if there's an interest shown, we have equipment, we can set up a club. Quite often we have a close affiliation with PCYCs like the one we're in today. We're more than happy to, if there's an interest in an area, to set up a club and organise some coaching.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, guys, and all the best anyway.
Thank you.
Well, that was a great story, and good luck, guys. Thanks a lot. I'm actually quite amazed. Pierre, pulled it off well. I don't know how you did it.
I could give you my French accent. As you can see, I was very quick. And I know a lot of people are probably wondering, if you can see with the trees, I was very quick. Now, a lot of people are probably wondering how I was able to do this.
Yes,
Howdy.
yes. Howdy?
Well, I basically sold my soul to the devil.
What? You did what? Sold? Nah, it can't be for that work. Any day now. Dude, that was quick. Ah! There you go. That was great acting. I'm impressed. Now, Wayne, we're going to a story.
Yes, we're going to a story I did about wildflowers. You know what I'm saying? Wildflowers.
Wildflowers. So check this out.
Hello, and now we are at the Bindoon Agricultural Center. And we're also looking at some wildflowers. And most of the people from the show have been known to be wild at times, so this should work out pretty well. I'm here speaking with our resident expert. No, it's not Wayne Simmons. It's Bob Lezar. How you doing, Bob?
Very well, Wayne. How's yourself?
Very good. Now, if you can tell us a little bit about how long have you been involved in this venture?
Well, this one here, I've been involved with that since it started, which was about 6 years ago.
Okay. And how long have you been involved in picking in wildflowers yourself?
Oh, well over 30 years.
Okay. Then now, today's display, can you tell us what it's all about?
The one here is basically for the city people to come and look at and see what natural beauty we've got growing in the Australian bush. It's as simple as that.
Excellent. I mean, I've seen a lot of people coming through here back and forth, so it's an excellent display. Can you explain some of the flowers here that we're looking at?
There are native ones here, very few natives. There's only about 6 varieties up there on the stage altogether. You've got the Geraldton wax, you've got the Dryandras, the smoke bush, and that's really it. A bit of Leschenoldt here.
Okay, now when you guys first started and what have you, and you're doing your picking, and what are you guys basically looking for? Like you say, you started 30 years ago.
Well, when I started, all I was looking for was a flower that someone was prepared to pay money for it if I gave it to them.
Oh, okay, then. Well, it definitely won't be the sin of anybody off the show because there's nothing flowery about that. Now, anyway, as we move along, did your family get involved in this as well? Or?
My wife was very much involved with it for the 20-odd years.
Oh, good on you. Beautiful. I mean, I've seen a vast arrangement out here to set this up. What does it take for someone to set this up? Like, how long did this take to put together?
We've been picking flowers for 4 days to get this started, and we'll be picking flowers for most of this week, just keeping them upgraded, and stuff that dies off, we just replace it as we go.
Okay, then now, and as far as the arrangement goes, do various people pick their own arrangement, or are you the person that's in charge of this arrangement, Bob? Or?
No, a couple of the local women actually do the arrangement. I picked about half the flowers, and another woman supplied the Geraldton wax. That's it.
Okay, then isn't that lovely? The guys pick the flowers and the women get the benefit. Now,
don't they always?
Doesn't it always happen like that? Now, anyway, now if there's someone wanted to come down here, well, I mean, what would be like the most popular?
Most popular is the display we've got here, all the different varieties. We've got something like 300 different species on display. We try to put a name on all of them, but we're not experts. Okay. And we're still looking up the books and trying hard to work out what they are.
Oh, great. That's good, because we're not experts either, and we're still looking around trying to find out. But anyway, thanks a lot for your time, Bob. Now, is there a phone number if somebody wanted to get involved and what have you?
Get in touch with the local Tourist Information Centre. They can help you where to go and see them and where you can find them. And that's the lady in orange over there. She's the one that's the boss.
Oh, okay, then the boss, lady in orange. Anyway, thanks a lot, Bob, and wish you guys every success at this.
Yeah, all the best, and hope you liked what you're seeing here today.
It's been absolutely fantastic. Yes, thanks a lot. There was some fantastic wildflowers out there, and it was great talking to a man that's had over 30 years of experience in that. And Jay.
Well, Pierre, thanks for letting us jump your fence and come into your house.
Yes.
And obviously...
and you're going to jail right after this interview.
Yeah, thank you. We knew that. Obviously, wet bowls as your inspiration is really working well, because we can see some of your paintings in the background.
Now,
here.
we're going to go way, way back to the 18th century.
That's a bit before that.
Yes, that's exactly when I did this. In the 18th century... You know,
you
in my
were there
first
in the 18th
life.
century?
Yes, I was a painter.
That's when you met...
I was at a Pierre Dublas.
69, 69,
and so as you go, and you look over here, look at these beautiful paintings over here that I've done.
You still use the same inspiration on this one?
Yes, I do. Wet balls is fantastic.
Yes,
you never know what you can do with wet balls.
That's great.
Now, as you can see, the contours, we move here. We just dodge, you know. I decided to come to the 21st century and actually have furniture.
Yep.
Now, also, Tier, look at the beauty of the work that I've done here.
It is fantastic, Pierre.
I mean, it almost, and this is the main thing I want you to see. There's like a type of painting technique that I do. It was called back in the 18th century, it's called a Hasselbackering technique.
Yeah, Hasselbackering.
It's actually very good.
Yeah, is it similar to the Fungul?
It has a lot of Hurst into it. And you can see how it adds into the contour of the wood.
And did you use the same paint? That's what I was asking, as you used outside.
No, I'm ambidextrous. I use my left hand and my right hand.
Ah, right.
Not a lot of people can do that.
Yes.
Now, also, too, if you can just feel the greatness of the paintings, it's just fantastic. I think.
And we have a moose popped up. He also
yes, yes. Well, we did a carving of a moose, too.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
How you going?
I think you guys are full of it.
Well, yeah.
Well, we do have balls and all.
Yeah.
Wet ones now.
And this is the one that I painted too. That's 17th century. So I was there before you with that
Did you
one.
meet Pierre as well?
Pierre?
J.O. Yeah.
18th century. I was just told by the real painter who's hiding in the background there.
You see how I was able to do that? You know, you thought you was talking to the real painter. It was actually me, just being a ventriloquist.
Would have talked to us, but it's very hoarse at the moment.
It's very hoarse at the moment? Yeah, something about his throat.
Yeah. Well, everyone, I hope you've enjoyed the show. We've got a bit more coming up. Next week is our third birthday. Very big turnaround for us, a big event for us. The third year in a row. Bulls and all going continuously. And some good things happening. It's going to happen from the Goon Shed. The famous Goon Shed.
Woo! You know what? I've also invented a new thing today. You know what it's called?
Hat throw.
The Boomerang Hat. You throw it and it comes back. Look.
That's excellent, right?
Yeah.
That's really good. I'm
trying to get a patent for it.
Not as good as your wet balls and all that, but anyway.
No,
everyone and whatever.
Yeah, but I
Everyone.
Wait a minute. You sounded a little bit like Action Man.
Action Man, yeah.
Howdy. We want to thank Horst and all the gang for showing us around the yard here. And he's got tons of paintings, and he's sure to sell them. If you're interested in some fantastic paintings, give us a call on Bulls and all, or email us, and we'll organize something.
0055 painting.
Or we'll leave that one. Everyone, thanks for watching. The name of the show is
Balls and All.
Catch you next week.
Balls and All would like to thank the following.